up, snipers? Sniper Nick here, and tonight, you know what? We don't need this shit. We don't need it. I don't need it. We don't need it. Tonight, we're gonna be going ahead and diving into the watch list for tomorrow morning, which is gonna be Wednesday, June 10th. Let's go ahead and dive in. Let's see what we got going on. This will be an exciting watch list because we're actually in 2 stocks overnight. One long stock, betting on it to go up, and then one short stock, betting on the stock to go down. Before we dive in, I always like to give a quick sniper shout out. And tonight, I'm gonna give it to my man Sniper Damon here. He's actually an OG sniper. He's been with us since the very beginning, since we were locally meeting up 4 years ago at Dunkin' Donuts in the local plaza right down the street here. So Damon, shout out, man. All that work's been paying off. And check out this bag. He's been taking time at home right now, been able to collect some bags. My man made $716 in XELA, which had a nice spike at the end of the day, so he paid himself out. You know, this one, a lower flow play, has a beautiful spike in the morning, and it holds the spike throughout the day with this 60 support. And then at the end of the day, he got that squeeze in our favorite time, power hour, and he sold it into that squeeze. Good sell there, and $716 on the day. Take the bag, take the money, and run. Now let's go ahead and dive in to the watch list for tonight, which is Wednesday, June 10th. We got 4 stocks to talk about. Like I said earlier, we're in 2 of them, the top 2 overnight, and the other 2 we're watching. The first one, TRTC. It's an OTC candle display. They got a good spike in the morning, ended up holding that support all day. So we bought 23,000 shares at $3.54 at the price of $14.5. Now, what was nice about TRTC is after we bought it, got a little bit of a push, and it went to test the high, which is exactly what we wanted to do. Didn't break the high, but it did test the high. Check it out on this long-term chart. We really like TRTC because, like I said here, we played this probably over 10 times on our 100K journey for me, Mike, and Alex. I mean, check this out. We literally have alerts all the way up here in the 50s still. So TRTC, it's been taking a dip, but now we're getting some momentum in the long-term chart. So now let's go ahead and dive into the 1 day, 1 minute, and let's talk about why we got in, where we got in, and what we're looking for tomorrow. So here is the 1 minute, 1 day chart. You can see it got that morning spike, and then 15 really held it down for the rest of the day. As it was holding between really 14 and 15 with the 14 VWAP, it ended up creeping up in these last 6 minutes, and we really wanted to hold the 14 support, so that's why we kind of waited. We also wanted to see some volume step in. Some volume stepped in the last 5 minutes. We went ahead and took 14.5, and then it gave us a little bit of a cushion to 15. Ideally, we want this thing to gap up to some multi-month resistance that is just overhead this. Check this out on the 1 year chart. There is multi-month resistance right here at 16 cents. So ideally, it gets a gap up around 16, and we can see how it's going to act around that resistance in the morning. Now, since we don't have that much of a cushion, if it doesn't gap up, we're going to go ahead and use 14.5, the spot we got in, as the cut. All right, next on the list, guys, check this stock out. DGLY. We are actually short in this chart here. This one is all the way up from 140 last Wednesday to top out at 710 today. 600% in the trading week for DGLY. And really, they don't have any significant news to do this. All they said is they reminded us as traders that they are in the body cam business. They came out with that news just strictly as fluff, and now it really hasn't had any news since. However, today we saw some weakness kick in, and we went ahead and decided to swing this overnight short in the last 5 minutes, as we saw was holding under the VWAP for the last 2 hours of the day. So it showed weakness in the last 2 hours. Let's check in the 1 day, 1 minute. Boom, and we're actually getting a nice crack after hours. So that is awesome to see. Hopefully this thing can continue. This is exactly what we're looking for. This is exactly our plan when we got in. So DGLY gets a dip in the morning, but then it squeezes all the way from 450 to 7. So already has an amazing move on the day. After that, it just makes lower highs. It came back up to test 680 here, but then the weakness really kicked in. And when it got under VWAP, it really looked weak to us. So we went ahead and we bought 500 shares at 565 here. And we're looking for this to open up red so that we can cover into a panic, right? Like I said, this one is up so much in the recent week that we think when this one finally finds weakness, which we believe is starting now, this could have a good downside. Now, even though it has got its crack down here and it's in the 515s, we're almost up already 10%, we still think this could continue to go down. So we're going to hold it overnight, and we're going to use this VWAP here of 610 as our cut. Right, so we're gonna let this thing try to bleed out. Let's see what can happen. We didn't go too big on the size because it is still green on the day, but it's nice to see after hours that it's actually gonna dip here. So let's see what'll happen tomorrow in DGLY. Let's see if we can cover into a panic. This next one here is CETX. This is another crazy runner going up over 100% within the week. And this is also on the short watch list for tomorrow because CETX, as you look into the long-term chart, when does it ever hold its gains? It's getting spikes in the past, but it really never holds its gains. Now, surprisingly enough, today it actually created a support, so ideally it holds that support and gets another spike tomorrow so we can short into it. Also, this one does not have news at all. Their last news was actually of an offering, $5.5 million registered direct offering, which isn't good for the shareholders. Okay, the company's trying to raise more money. They're saying they need more money. So we're going to be watching this one to see if it could get another push tomorrow so we can short into. Now, it did create nice $3 support, which it rarely creates support throughout the day, so that's nice to see. So ideally, you know, after it squeezed a whole bunch of shorts in the morning, ideally we get another morning push like that or another squeeze in the morning, and then we could see when the backside is starting to settle in. So let's see if this one can get one more spike to get some more juice behind it, and then let's watch the downside. And then last but not least, guys, we always like to have one wildcard play of the night, and the wildcard here is IMRN. This was a 10,000% plus gainer today. In the day, the stock went up 10,000%. That is what is so exciting about this game. You will not see these kind of percentages anywhere else. Literally nowhere else. And if you do know a spot, let us know. I would love to check out that game as well. But this is the reason why we got so interested into this game. It's just seeing these penny stocks and their ability to run, just like IMRN did. Now it closed up 850%. So it's up huge. And really, they only released basic news in the morning, but this is a low float play, and it just squeezed throughout the day. Got to push throughout the day. Now, they came out with news in the morning that they wanted to fast track their phase 2 diarrhea drug with the FDA. And then later on in the day, they announced that they signed a $3.7 million contract with the U.S. Navy. So they got an additional push midday, and this one ended up just squeezing, like I said, that 10,000% plus midday. I mean, look at it on a long-term chart. It came all the way up from $2 yesterday, and today it ran up to $28.99. So just wild. However, since this one is up so much, you guys know what we're looking for. We are looking for a short here, and we're looking to short IMRN if it does continue. Now, we are in no rush here. As you can see, this one squeezed out a lot of early shorts, and this one also made a new all-time high on its run today, past 1670, and made a new all-time high, which it held into the close, but now after hours is having some trouble here. So the crack could have already came in. However, if this one does continue, we will be watching it since it already is up so much for a potential short. That is why it's a wild card pick, an 850% gainer. Where else do you find that? That's where it closed at on the day. All right, so it's wild stuff. All right, guys, like always, thanks for tuning in every Tuesday night with us. If you guys are in the group, we will see you guys tomorrow morning in the chat, and then tomorrow night we have Webinar Wednesday, so excited for that. We will talk to you soon. Much love. Sniper Nick out.